Hello. I wanted to do a talk about the reveal for the Streets of New Capenna. Um, yeah, so Wizards of the Coast, I think, yeah, it's Thursday. They had a little reveal session going on. They call it a pre-beat on Twitch. Check it out.
Streets of New Capenna,
See if I
inside the
can get started.
building in Renton, Washington, at the headquarters of Wizards of the Coast. Today we are talking Streets of New Capenna. This is what we call our pre-beat. What is a pre-beat, you might ask? We don't use that term often, but we've been doing these for a little bit now. So, preview season, which will come later, and we'll talk about a bit, that's for you. That's for the players, to give you all kinds of cool cards and fun things to play with. Pre-beats are aimed a little more at distributors and stores who do their ordering a bit earlier in the process, so we give just enough information so that they know what they're getting into. But as a bonus, we get to give you a sneak peek at a bunch of cool stuff. So that's what we're going to do today.
People are saying ban alchemy.
Which is coming to us next month. You can see all the stuff down at the bottom. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about the products that are going to be part of this lineup. And then we are going to do some card previews. So stick around for those. Let's start off talking about New Capenna. This is a new world that we have never visited before or talked about, although there may be some familiar threads that you'll pick up as we get to New Capenna. So we're going to show some art to get a feel for the world. New Capenna is a world filled with intrigue, mystery.
I think this art style is
With the organized in crime.
what you call Art Deco.
New Capenna family means business. But there's more going on here than glamorous parties, protection rackets, and suspiciously beautiful dangers. You're going to learn more about the world beneath the glitz and glamour starting May 28th when we start releasing the first Streets of New Capenna story drops. We'll talk more about that later as well.
I like that. That looks really cool.
Let's just appreciate this. Get a first look at
That's Art Deco style,
and
or
beautiful world.
yeah, like kind of looks like Frank Lloyd Wright
Some of the cards associated
style.
with these gorgeous pieces of art.
Yeah, art's pretty cool. I was really turned off by this set at first. Just not gonna
You
lie.
might see a symbol there, right smack dab in the middle of that art. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I see the symbols. It's like a hand with a keyhole in it.
You might see up in the hanger part of the garden, hanging part of the garden. You'll spot another one in the back of that wall.
Everyone's saying Grixis, Rakdos, the old guilds.
So you can, again, down that lower right-hand corner, if you're eagle-eyed and paying attention, you'll see another little symbol. We'll talk about what those mean in a moment. New Capenna, Streets of New Capenna is going to be your opportunity to choose your family. Go about setting the world in your vision. All right. So before we get to talking about the families, let's look at the logo. Again, some of this is just cleaning up stuff stores and distributors need. Streets of New Capenna logo. It's very pretty.
Yeah, we've seen this.
That symbol. So
Yeah,
what it'll look
brass knuckles with wings. Yeah,
rarities. Angel wings on brass knuckles. Perfect description of the set. And then let's look at those symbols that we were picking up in the art. So
yeah.
there are 5 families that rule New Capenna: the Obscura, the Maestros, the Riveteers, the Cabaretti, and the Brokers. So I'm going to tell you a bit about each of these families. We're going to hang here on this slide for a bit so that you can get a sense of which family you might belong to. Let's start with the Obscura. So the Obscura generally align with white, blue, and black mana. They're gifted magicians. The Obscura are talented wizards and mystics who use their power
yeah.
to deceive
It's
and
Esper. Didn't see that coming. that they're
hidden
tied to magic.
orchestrate scenarios and manipulate outcomes to their benefit. They endeavor to maintain a facade of normalcy in their everyday lives, which allows them to run their schemes without.
Yeah, it's like it's Esper,
Next
Esper
up
doing Esper
are the
things. It's not anything
Maestros,
new.
the elite assassins of New Capenna. They associate with blue, black, and red mana. The Maestros are old money vampires who love the finer things in life and are willing to kill to get them.
So
They
more
maintain a
vampires.
public front as an upstanding organization of art aficionados with a goal of preserving the art and culture of old Capenna. Beneath this polished veneer, they are a shadowy organization of elite assassins focused on maintaining power, influence, and wealth.
So doing like Demir stuff
Next
because they're
up,
blue
we
black.
have
That's
the
not really that
Riveteers in
original.
the middle
it's,
there.
it's just like themes
They
redone.
are the destruction workers. They associate with black, red, and green mana. The Riveteers are tough as nails artisans who can break buildings as easily as kneecaps. They're a rowdy, brute force crime faction whose skills in industry and construction also make them pros at demolition and intimidation. As skilled artisans, they've transformed the lower levels of the city into a lair worthy of their draconic leader. The Cabaretti are
Draconic
party
leader.
monsters. They are red, green, and white. They are a fun-loving cult of druids who throw the hottest parties in town. They are the glitterati
green,
of the
and
city,
white.
and everyone wants to be invited to their feasts and dance halls. They use ancient magic to sway the opinion of the masses and keep the halo flowing. The party never ends if you keep paying, but the moment you stop, you might find it hard to leave.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video. Yeah, Cabaretti are Naya, basically red, green, white. They're the pe- party family. I mean, nothing's really new. This is kind of what bothers me. They make these factions like it's something new. It's not. It's like Obscura's Esper. It's blue, black, white, doing what blue, black, white does, which is like control, and involves wizards probably, or it doesn't feel new. I'm like, it really annoys me. Maestro's is black, blue, which is like Demir with some red. So that's technically Grixis. But I mean, it's like, but from the flavor, from what he's saying, they're black, blue. They're in the shadows. They're vampires. I mean, sounds kind of like Demir, and it's like that's typical black, blue. They never change things up like with the theme. That's what bothers me with the factions. Like if you're gonna do some new factions, make them something actually new. Have some new kind of theme. But no, and then Riveteers, builders, they're Jund, which is green, black, red. I'd think for a second. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that. But yeah, but the Naya being wild party animals, whatever, blah blah. I mean, it's just that fits with. It just doesn't feel like anything new. And brokers, I've already heard about brokers and what they're like Azorius. Let me think. Blue white. I think this was blue white black. This is blue white green. Right. It's like so. Okay. The brokers are blue white green, and they keep order, which kind of sounds like that's what the Obscura does. They keep order or keep their plans in order. These people are which keep order laws, I guess. Which that's kind of what Azorius, which is blue white, does. That part of the colors there in this guild. So nothing really surprising. I mean, they act like this is all something I should be like, Pikachu face, but it's not really nothing really shocking or new. It's like, except they just reskinned the three color factions. Okay, let's go on.
Finally, we have the brokers. They are you can't have a crime world without lawyers. They are the demonic lawyers, and they associate with green, white, and blue mana. The brokers are a demonic law firm that secretly believes a doomsday prophecy that when the halo dries up, New Capenna will fail. They maintain public law offices where they handle mundane legal matters like property disputes and physical grievances.
Yeah, that sounds really boring.
Have a dubious reputation for being everywhere and showing up at every crisis in
So they're accountants, great.
the 5 families. Obviously, we're going to talk about more
Yeah.
of them.
I want accountants in my fantasy world. That's what I'm always looking for.
And let's actually head to the product shots.
Some people are saying demonic lawyers.
Once you pick your family, you're going to have a number of ways to express it. So the first way that you're going to have an opportunity to do that is, you see in the lower right-hand corner, there are 5 different pre-release packs, and they're each themed after a family. So when you show
Okay,
up
so
to
so that's like Ravnica.
pre-release at your local game store, you'll be able to choose which family you want to represent. So start thinking about that now.
Now, why did they do this with Ikoria?
Pick your family and
That's weird.
defend their turf at the pre-release. We will also have 5 commander decks. Again, one for every
5?
family.
Woo! 5
Those
commander
decks
decks.
are going to have a little something extra this time around. So the commander decks will each.
How many commander decks come out in a year now? It used to be 4 now, or 4 or 5. Now it's like
so
20.
Each pack will come
25?
With, first, a foil, common, or uncommon. And then the second slot is a rare or mythic with a booster fun treatment. And it can be either foil or non-foil. And all of those cards will be from like a subset of cards. So it's not the complete collector booster experience, but it's a little bit of collector booster. It's just a taste of collector booster. But that's a fun little.
Yeah, so that's the thing they're doing different. They're doing like a collector booster sample pack inside the commander decks. So it's 2 cards, like you're saying. I kind of interrupted it. And yeah, I've been reading what people's comments about it, and people are like, why do the commander players want that? Because it's just going to be like probably constructed playable cards, and I think they're going to up the price. I think that's the excuse they're going to give for upping the price. Yeah, so I mean, hey, way to be jerks to your fans once again. I don't know why the commander players would care about that. It's like, I guess it's to entice somebody. So it throws in some randomness, I guess. So that's because a commander a pre-con deck that you get is it's a certain set of cards. You know what's in them already. And this way, the pack will like throw in some randomness into it to see what you get when you open it. I imagine it'll be disappointing. They're not going to give away the collector cards for like the good ones, the spicy ones for free. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I'll buy the commander decks if I like them, just on that principle. And I don't buy many commander precons personally. I buy them sometimes. I know I've made a video about how I don't like commander, but I'm hoping someday they'll fix commander. So, and I buy some sometimes, maybe just to try to flip later on or something. Or because sometimes the prices go up a lot, or who knows, maybe we'll have, it might be another pandemic and I'm stuck playing Commander again. So I hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. And the cards get expensive in Commander pretty quick, pretty fast. So it's like, anyway, so like I'll look at the Commander deck sometimes and see if there's some card that everyone's freaking out about and it's gaining in value really fast. Then I will invest in a Commander deck and just put it on the shelf, and break it out if I have to. It's going.
Little addition to those commander decks. Additionally, note that you can't see it in here, but there is a box topper for this set. We'll talk more about what that box topper is when we get to the debut. But if you purchase a set booster box, draft booster box, etc., there is a box topper.
I never get the box topper these days.
Here, but just to let you know, in Japan, there is a new product that is a 10-card set booster that is specific to the Japanese market. It's not going to be anywhere else right now, but it is going to be out there and available. Set boosters with 10 cards in them. Next up, let's take a look at some key dates that are coming up. Lots of key dates, lots of stuff going on with this. So today is March 3rd. It is the pre-beat. You can see we're a little bit ahead of all this stuff, but coming up on March 28th, that's when we're going to start the Streets of New Capenna story, which is going to run March 28th through April 5th. We are skipping a couple days in there. We won't have a story on the 31st or April 1st. for reasons we will talk about separately that have nothing to do with S&C. But we're running 5 stories. Each one will be themed after a family and will tell the story of Streets of New Capenna. Just like Neo, we heard a lot of good feedback with doing the story ahead of revealing all the cards, so you're going to know exactly what happens in the Streets of New Capenna story by April 5th. We are also going to have a Streets of New Capenna story video that's going to look at the world building and the lore behind the world of New Capenna. That's going to happen March 31st. And then April 7th is the date to circle lightly.
Man, he went way too long on that. Okay.
So, we're going to start off with some of the cards where you saw the art. So we wanted to set the scene and the mood for New Capenna. So of course we started off with some basic land art. And so let's show some of those cards now. There are regular basic lands in this set that have the text box, but there are also full art basic lands like these that show off.
Yeah, those are pretty
the
cool.
world of New Capenna.
I mean, I like the trains. That's kind of neat. I'm a big train lover.
Islands.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, they look cool. Not crazy about the angel on that one. Swamps look good. Yeah,
The art is fantastic.
like the one on the left,
You really
the
get
one
a
with the
sense
red
of the mood and the world of New Capenna.
mountain.
I love
Yeah.
that mountain
Which?
on the right.
Okay, like which one, Blake? Okay, yeah, I like both. One's stained glass and the other's like Frank Lloyd Wright. Forest, it's okay. I like the one. Well,
Next up,
one on the right, I
a
guess.
lot of people guessed this, to the surprise of not very many, but to the excitement of very, very many people. The Tri-Lands are coming.
Yeah,
for
that's a
the
big deal.
colors and factions of Streets of New Capenna. So they are going to come in 3 different treatments. This is Jetmir's Garden. We saw some of the art for this up front.
Jetmir, that's the cat person.
Types. They're going to have a borderless treatment,
Okay.
as well as this skyscraper treatment. Each
Okay.
faction is going to have a set of these, so let's look at them all. Again,
Yeah,
Jetmir's
it's pretty
Garden,
cool.
there's all 3 versions together.
Yeah, this would be good for modern.
Then the
So it makes me happy.
Island Swamp is Raphine's Tower. Again, 3 different versions. All with basic land types.
Yeah, they look
Then
good.
we've got Sparta's headquarters. Green, white, and blue for the brokers. Then next up, Xander's Lounge. The Maestros.
Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like a vampire place.
And then Ziatora's Proving Ground.
It's like a boxing ring.
So we will, as we get to previews, talk about how and where you can get all of these different treatments. But it's going to be similar to sets in the past. For those talking about the names of these, they may have something to do with the people leading these families.
Yeah, they do. Jetmir is just like this cat person.
Turning to standard, really great lands in other formats as well. But we are not done. That was kind of the meat of the previews, but we have a little bit more. So as with any 3-color set, we do hit a lot of cycles, and there are a lot of favorite types of cards that we've done in previous 3-color sets. So we're going to give a sneak peek at one of those today. It's an Ascendancy. So take a look at Broker's Ascendancy. For green, white, and a blue, you get an enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control.
Oh, I guess that's like standard or commander playable. I don't think that'll see play in modern. It's too slow.
2 different versions.
Way too slow, I think.
Regular and a Golden Age.
Golden
So
Age.
for
Oh, that's cool.
anyone who remembers
I kinda like it.
Jeskai Ascendancy, or any of the other Ascendancies from Khans of Tarkir, these are gonna feel right at home.
Yeah, that mana cost just is
Very powerful enchantments, super cool.
very powerful. I beg to differ.
Look for us to
Maybe for commander.
the remainder of this cycle, and you know what? There'll be some other cycles too.
I mean, that's
Again,
3-man is a lot these days. I don't think he's exactly up on things.
next up,
Modern's fast.
we have a couple of promos. So I said we talk about the Commander launch parties. So Commander launch parties, which are happening the same weekend as release weekend. There are going to be 2 promos available for parts of the world. So Swiftfoot
Commander launch party. Okay.
will be available for anyone who participates in a Commander launch party April 29th through May 1st at participating stores. The Mind Stone one is intended. It's only North America, but it is nine
What's he?
cards.
Okay, I don't care about
A
that.
while back, we told you that the Stranger Things Secret Lair cards
Okay.
would show up on the list in Streets of New Capenna.
Okay.
And I pulled some strings. I made people scramble today. They rushed around a lot. I'm not making that up. And we put together the cards that are magic versions of what were the
Stranger Things?
cards. And all
Okay.
of these are themed after Innistrad. So let's take a look at these. So Arvinox, the Mind Flail,
Okay.
is a black legendary enchantment creature horror. For 4 and 3 black, it's a 9/9. It isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them, you may cast permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells.
Okay.
Bjorna, Nightfall Alchemist. So again, these are, you can look in the background, you can see the Innistrad building type. These are meant to evoke the world of Innistrad. So this one's blue and red. It's a 1/3 for a legendary creature human. You can sacrifice an artifact. Bjorna, Nightfall Alchemist, deals 1 damage to target creature.
Okay, you don't have to read it to us. That's so annoying.
Protect,
Like,
make
yeah.
an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Elmar, Ulvenwald Informant. 1 red and a green for a legendary creature human. 3/2, haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn.
Okay, he's reading
compensate for
these cards to me. It's
abilities
boring.
of artifacts. Also has friends forever. Then Old Elm, Sigardian Outcast. 1, a green and a white. Also legendary creature human. 2 and tapped. 1/2 with friends forever. When Vernog, right?
Okay, so that's all those.
Capenna. 1 out of every 4 set boosters, again, approximately, will have a card from the list. And these are going to take up half those slots. And then, like I said, the list itself, outside the new cards, was shrunk a little bit to compensate for half the cards being from this set of 9 cards. Okay.
Huh.
Did
Okay.
it.
Not quite
Got
sure
through
what that.
So many things. So,
Half the list seems like a
everyone
lot,
who came for new information.
but okay.
That's everything I have. If you want to read through everything and make sure that you tracked everything down and caught all the dates and the cards, head to dailymtg.com. That article, if it's not up now, it'll be up around 3 o'clock, and it will contain...
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. Too much mumbo jumbo. He talks too much about. I don't know why he wants to read the cards to us. Just put them up on the screen for a little bit. It's like, sitting here listening to him read the cards. We've seen the cards before. We saw them in the Stranger Things Secret Lair. They're not anything new. Except the only thing new right now is the artwork and the names. They've been reskinned, rethemed for Magic. That's all. Anyway, I mean, cool video. I was surprised when this video came up. It caught me kind of by surprise, and I was able to jump on and watch it Thursday. So I was happy about that. The Triumphs, they're finishing the Triumph cycle, so I'm happy about that. That's cool. So that way some color combinations won't be left out now in Modern. So that's only fair, really. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about the set. I mean, I'm excited to see what they have. Those what do they call them? Ascendancies or those enchantments? I'm not impressed at all. That's just weak. That looks like something for standard. He said they're powerful. No, Blake, those are not powerful. Those are really lame. I mean, for 3 mana, like in Modern, it better do something, man. Like, you throw out an enchantment for 3 mana in Modern, it better make some kind of creature and exile a card from the graveyard and gain you 2 life. It better do more than that. Not just, yeah, that's weak sauce, man. Weak. Maybe in Commander. I mean, yeah, Commander, you got a little more time, and you got, they could do something. Maybe. I don't know. Commander's so combo heavy. It's like you're dead by the time you get that thing up and going from somebody comboing off. Yeah, not impressed, but whatever. It's cool. Some people like those ascendancies, and that's, hey. I think they would have cranked them up. I don't think the power level kept up with them, because like Jeskai Ascendancy used to be kind of a thing in Modern, and now it's kind of gone because the power level has just been so cranked up, I think. So Ascendancies, it doesn't look like the power level kept up. So yeah, I don't know how the Ascendancy fans would feel about that. I'd probably be disappointed myself. But in the factions, like we went over the factions, and I don't know, they keep like we have like an evergreen faction. I don't understand why there can't be a faction that crosses planes, that crosses the multiverse. So you're not always reinventing the factions, or this faction. You can have a favorite faction that just shows up. It doesn't have to be tied to a specific plane. Why can't they do that? Like, have like the Chaos faction. I'm thinking Warhammer. I like Warhammer. Big Warhammer fan. Age of Sigmar specifically, but 40K is okay. I mean, it's cool too. But so why can't you have a faction like the followers of Tzeentch, or the followers of what's the other one? Nurgle or something. I don't know. Just trying to come up with some things. Slaanesh. The Cult of Slaanesh or something. Something like whatever. The Cult of Nicol Bolas. If you're gonna make it magic themed, like there's some people that are, they bleed, and Nicol Bolas. The Legend of Nicol Bolas, they want to free him from the meditation zone, or something. I don't know. So, just, it could be anything. I mean, just not anything, but, it could be, they could come up with something. You just use your mind, be creative. I could come up with something, they probably wouldn't like my ideas. My ideas probably too harsh for Magic's world. And yeah, but anyway, have some factions. Could be good guys, could be some bad guys. So that way you have your favorite faction, and you hope for that faction to come up each plane, and you'd be like, oh, cool. There's these 2 guys from my faction, showing up. Okay, neat. What are they up to? Instead it's just you have the Gatewatch, which is a faction, but that's it. It's like Gatewatch versus all the other bad guys in the world. It's just, I don't know where they get. I don't know what they're doing sometimes. I'm like, why don't you really push the envelope, man? Push the envelope. But no, it's like, so they're going to, redefine the factions so you can have your favorite faction, and now people will, they can argue about it and whatever. Be like, it's John. Oh no, that's the Riveteers. And now there's 3 names for everything. Okay, I mean it's. I don't know. It's just that it irks me a little bit, and they don't do anything different. It's like the factions aren't even different, really. It's like just because they tie everything. They're so rigid with the colors. It's like if it's green, it's got to be natural and wild. So the celebration, the Naya faction's all about partying, and they're wild, and so it's just like, and that's, I get it for a while, but after a while it gets old. It's like, think outside the box a little bit, push the envelope, do some things differently a little bit, at least make an effort, try to, the maestros are blue, they're in the shadows. Oh, I didn't see that coming, plot twist, sarcasm, obviously, but, it's like, yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, it's just it's just like Demir on Ravnica. I mean, with red. Okay, Demir on Ravnica with red. It's like they're assassins now. They're not just in the shadows. They're in the shadows and they assassinate things because they got red. So it's Demir assassins. So I mean, it's not really not really pushing anything or changing anything. No wow factor going on there. And then the brokers are like accountants or lawyers. Like, oh my god, that's boring. Let's talk about having a boring theme, man. Anyway, well, that's my take on it. got to complain a little bit. You're not a Magic fan if you don't complain about something. And Elspeth's coming back. That's cool, I guess. I don't understand the appeal of Elspeth. Some people are fans of her. I think she was around. I mean, her story was around before I was really playing the game, so that's probably why I don't have any nostalgia for Elspeth. I'm kind of detached. Her Planeswalker cards don't really do anything for me. I will say I like the art in the new one. I like some of the art I've seen of Elspeth in the new cards. Some people said that the Praetors might, make her into one of those machine people, completer or whatever, and like they did the Tamio and Kamigawa, and maybe they will. I hope not though. I think it's kind of disservice to fans. I mean, it seems like they kill all of the fans' favorite planeswalkers, and I never had a problem with Elspeth. Seems fine to me. Just some lady who traveled through the multiverse and got her freedom, and she worked for Heliod for a while, was betrayed, she carries a spear, I think, some kind of spear, and she looks like a badass. I don't know, she seems pretty cool, and she's in white. Dare I say, I think she's maybe cooler than Gideon, but I think the Gatewatch needs to be changed up. Anyway, looks like Liliana's a professor now. I think they need to switch the genders up. Personally, I think make white a female now, and then make black have black be a male planeswalker now, and then have red be a male planeswalker. Let green be a male. There's a lot of females in the Gatewatch apparently. Let blue be a female. Some people would say Jace probably is a female, but kick Jace out, get a female and for blue. I don't know, or maybe or doesn't have to be so hard. Keep Chandra. Chandra's real popular. That's cool. Keep her in. Get some some new blood in there. And please make them cool and not lame. I'd like to see. I think a Johnny's kind of mixed color though now. I don't think he's purely white. I would like to see a Johnny on the Gatewatch. I know some people probably cringe at that. I like a Johnny. Okay, I think he's kind of cool, cat guy. An all cat like Thundercats Gatewatch. Okay, now I got going on that. That's I would love a Thundercat secret lair. I don't know. And it's not a furry thing. I don't know. When I grew up, I grew up watching the Thundercats. I watched He-Man and Thundercats. Those are the coolest shows. It was the 80s. That's all we had. So that's how it was. I thought Thundercats were cool. And yeah, Secret Lair would be neat. But anyway, there'll be some more about New Capenna. I can do some more. Hopefully, I can do some more videos, talk about cards. I'll probably do a little. The videos are really cringe when they do the preview thing. It's usually really some scripted, campy story, and it's usually eye roll inducing and pretty horrible. It's bad, trust me. Last one was the Kamigawa one wasn't too bad, I guess, except the whole. Okay, I'm not going to go into it, but anyway, and then the Crimson Vow, I didn't watch it. It was so bad, I just turned it off. I was like, it was just yuck. Oh well, let me stop rambling. Stop this video. I got to stop talking. Thanks for watching.